Hey, troops and Warfare Geeks Adventures, woohoo! So doing a toy review today. Let's see, was it next week? I believe is when the Dungeons and Dragons movie Honor Among Thieves opens. So I figured do a toy review because you got a property. You're owned by Hasbro, and D&D's owned by Hasbro. Well, we're not going to just do one line review. We're doing two of them because, like all the other kids my age. Well, I guess you could say that. Anyway, doing two reviews in one. Doing a review of the Holga figure from the film Honor Among Thieves, and also doing a review of the retro 80s cartoon figure Hank. So let's go. Here they are in the box. There's Holga, and there's Hank with the new packaging that that Hasbro's been doing, the paperless packaging. You got the really nice art actually, and on the back you got to actually look at the figure with the accessories with them. Actually looks really. I wasn't too sure how I felt about the all cardboard packaging because I like having the window box so you can actually see what you're paying for. And actually the way they've set it up is really cool. I mean, you get the cool box art to sucker you into. Hey, this looks cool from the peg, and then the pictures on the inside actually are pretty cool. You get a full look of what the accessories are, the figure itself, yada yada yada. So what we got? So like the Ironheart figure, these are both packaged inside a cardboard tray, and both are surrounded by protective plastic. Ironically, actually, I'm not too sure this is what type of paper this is, but it's really loud and crinkly. And yes, I was less lazy putting this Holga back in compared to Hank. But yeah, you've got it in two envelopes. There's the one envelope with the figure, and then you've got the other one that's got the accessories. And you got this cardboard thing that, if you're into crafting or building stuff, hey, material. There we go. And let's get Holga out here. Like I said, the both figures, the accessories come in this separate envelope. There we go. I feel like I'm on a cooking show on Food Network, and you're just kind of doing stuff, and then you just toss stuff on the side. All right, let's remove that. All right. So here we got the base figures. Now these, like I said, these are from Hasbro. So taking advantage of the 5 bajillion years of making Star Wars, G.I. Joe, and everything else, figures are really well done. Really good. I mean, look at the Holga figure. I mean, that's played by Michelle Rodriguez. I love her. She kicks so much butt. Got nice. They don't have double jointed elbows, which I'll go into a little bit. It's a bit of an issue with Hank, but yeah. But both of them also have double jointed knees, so lots of posing possibilities. So see Hank, and the nice thing they did with Hank is that they, he's got this funky kind of, shoulder cowl thing. They did put a slot here so that you got more mobility. More posing options, and of course you got double elbows, double knees, excuse me. Got ankle rockers, which is nice. Now, in some ways, this is kind of like, I guess, a Batman animated series version of D&D versus, the movie version of D&D. But the nice thing is the likeness is very, this is, this is the armor that she's wearing with the giant chaps, I guess. And the kind of minimalistic but still cool looking costume that Hank had in the series. I think it was voiced by Willie Ames, I believe. So yeah. Now you're wondering about the accessories, especially for Hank. But anyway. These get a little bit odd for Holga because, okay, the good news is you got the axe. Apparently, somewhere in the movie, the axe changes or is extendable because the way it's in the package is this axe that's connected to this short handle. And then you get this separate long handle that, you can attach it to. This thing was not fun to take off. So maybe it's it could just be a manufacturing thing. So be warned when you're trying to this off that you might have to. But yeah, it is detachable. Now you also get this little kind of looking thing here. What that is, this is really cool. There's a little hole in Holga's back, and what you can do is this goes in here. See. So that the Gimli on the back. Oh, and another nice. Before I forget, another nice thing is she has a. Oops, it popped off. She has a knife that comes out from the belt. Oops, sorry, that comes out from the belt here. Ta-da! One of the things I always loved about G.I. Joe and Star Wars figures is there was never any skimping in accessories. The figure's not huge. So it would be very easy just kind of going, we're not gonna. They didn't play. You get a it's not, it's not like it's a imported figure from Japan where you got 300 different accessories and yet, but consider what it is. It's a decent amount of stuff. So yeah. Now Hank, you get of course the 8-sided die because Dungeons and Dragons. Get it? Dice. Get it? One of the coolest things about the cartoon was the fact you get 2 accessories. Now you get the plain bow and you get the trademark energy bow that Hank had. That was one of the coolest things about the cartoon from the 80s was that they didn't just have weapons where, it's like, you got a bow. No, they became these energy weapons and stuff and whatnot. Now, this is where things get a little weird. Both bows do fit in Hank's hand. He is a righty, I guess. So it does fit well. On this side, unfortunately, this is where the double jointed elbow would have been kind of nice. Ironically enough, the right hand is set up to do the whole finger thing to hold the bowstring back. Unfortunately, the arm is because of the lack of double jointed elbow. I mean, this is about as good as it gets. Which isn't a horrible thing. Okay, I mean it's not like this is a 8-inch figure, yada yada yada. But it is what it is. But nonetheless, it is very cool just to see this option. Actually, give me a moment. Let me prop this up a little bit here. There we go. That's better. Because then you get to see both of these. Standing up properly. There you see Hank bow. Oops. Sorry, Holga. My bad. These figures both do have holes in their feet, by the way. So if you've got the right size tag, it'll fit in well. But you get the idea. And actually, let's do the Gimli thing for Holga. Now Gimli holds his axe in Lord of the Rings. Here we go. Oh. There we go. Isn't that cool? um, pew, 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 pew. So there you go. Both these figures are available through general retailers, online, your local big box store. They're cool. This I picked up, nostalgia. Um, it's well done. Like I said, it fits in it just looks cool. Lots of articulation. I'm honestly pleasantly surprised with the Dungeons and Dragons figures, just because the film previews look fun, yada yada yada, but it's kind of one of those all the really cool stuff in the trailer or what feeling sometimes that I get. The figure is really well done. The one thing, hint to Hasbro, apparently there is one member of their party based upon. Well, actually, you know what? Don't know for sure if he's in the party or not. There is a character who's a paladin. If memory serves, it's played by the dude who's in Bridgerton, and now folks who are fans of Bridgerton are going, him? Yeah, he plays a paladin. So unfortunately, he's closed. Sorry. But based upon the Funko Pop figure, he's got armor, looks all cool. There's no figure of him. So it's interesting. You gave Hugh Grant's character a figure, and he's wearing clothing. The character wearing the coolest costume did not get an action figure. I mean, imagine that dude with her side by side on your shelf, kicking butt. You know how epic that would have been? Just saying. Anyway, so there we go. If you get a chance, these are both fun. They're both cool. Good additions to your shelf. Any fantasy, Dungeon and Dragony characters you got, these will keep them company. So there you go. Hey, y'all take care. May the force be with you. May the odds be in your favor, especially when you're rolling. And people who played assorted tabletop games with me will go, yeah, Roy, you need a lot of good fortune. And as always, be good to each other. Okay, peeps, y'all take care. Peace. And Reddick, we'll miss you, man.